Live from his luxury penthouse apartment in London's glittering East End, Dean Lerner, club owner, entrepreneur and publisher of high-class gentlemen's magazines, invites you to join him for an exclusive man-to-man. Please welcome Mr. Dean Lerner.
Good evening and welcome to Man to Man with Dean Lerner, where each week I'll give you an exclusive invite to my £5 million penthouse apartment and introduce you to one of my VIP friends from the world of the arts / entertainment. And what a guest I have for you tonight. I first met him when I was working at a horror publishing house called Beelzebooks. Now, my background had been in high-quality, upmarket erotica for the discerning connoisseur, so I wondered, understandably, whether I'd feel at home at a company that dealt exclusively in horror. Well, I had no idea how quickly the horror community, and it is a community, how quickly the horror community would wake up to the idea of scary porn. I wanted to release books that would give the reader a boner, but leave him too terrified to do anything about it. Within the week, I'd coined the phrase, books that will scare you stiff. We'd opened up a new Erotica division, and our sales just went silly. How could things get any better? Well, I'll tell you for how. I met a young, hungry, vital writer called Garth Marenghi, and we fell in like at first sight. Thenceforth started a writer-publisher relationship that has continued to this day and has developed into one of the most important and meaningful friendships of my life, certainly in financial terms. How could I sum up this titan of terror, this Grand Duke of Darkness? It'd take me an eternity, which I quite simply don't have. So, please welcome Sir Splatter himself, the Fright Honourable, Garth Marenghi.
Could I just say that when I entered there, the floor should have been entirely covered in dry ice to give the impression that I don't have feet. So, just bear in mind I may or may not have hooves.
That's Sassu's fault. I made the mistake of giving her an additional task. Are you all right there?
Yes, Dean.
OK, and remember, if you get frightened with any of this talk of horror, just pop your earmuffs on. OK. All right. Yeah. OK, no, not yet, Sassu. No, she's gone. She's gone. Sassu's my primary partner, by the way. I'm having actually to downsize a harem here at Dean Towers because I'm converting some of the girls' bedrooms into an indoor skating rink. So, sorry, Garth. Now, it's an historic occasion today, and I'm truly humbled to be hosting it because this is Garth's first public appearance since his terrible accident, of which more in the dueness, of course, if you feel able.
Perhaps.
You look marvellous, by the way. The surgery's been really well done. Which one is a new ear?
Pardon?
Yeah, lovely. That's priceless. You've kept your sense of humour, which is so wonderful.
Well, you have to, do.
I mean, when people come up to me and they say, what is Garth Marenghi like? They expect me to describe this dark figure. You know, he writes these twisted, brilliant, but very gory horror stories like Stump or Ripper. The guy must be sick. But you have provided me with more hootage than any man I know, with the possible exception of Freddie Starr.
Well, you know, it's been my lifeline over the last few months, Dean. I've been blessed with Gallowsian humour. In fact, as I said to you before I came out, I think I've broken every bone in my body except my funny bone. So I thought that would get a better response. But anyway, it's like when I was in the ambulance going to the hospital. I was still up for the crack, was I not? And the ambulance driver turned round at one point and he said, "Please, Mr. Marenghi, will you stop talking or we're going to crash. What you're saying is that funny."
I can vouch for that because I was in the ambulance with you and I thought I was going to die. I said they're going to have to get 2 body bags ready. This guy's critically ill and I'm dying of laughter.
This show's wonderful, Dean. It's such a reflection of the wit and sophistication that's in you.
Thank you for that unprompted compliment. Now, let's talk about what you were doing at the start of the year, if we may, before what happened.
Sure. Well, in early January, I wrote Return of the Coil, about a woman who circumnavigates the portals of hell via a cursed contraceptive device. In late Jan, I wrote the sequel, Return of the Coil 2 Re-Entry. In early Feb, Hellbent, my novella about a homosexual demon searching for acceptance within his own diabolical community, came out, both literally and figuratively.
Yeah. And there was a bit of a hold-up with that one, wasn't there, at the printers? Because we originally wanted everything printed on black rubber, but that meant you needed to apply talc each time you turned a page, and in the end we thought it was a bit tacky, it was a bit Route 1, so we ended up going for a glittery dust jacket with complimentary nipple ring, which I... Which I thought works well.
No, it does. It does. And then late Feb, the 2 sequels came out. That was Hellbenders and Hellbenders 2, The Boys Are Back.
And you've got a new book coming out now. Let's have a squiz at a clip.
You know, it frightens me how many novels of terror I've written. Now you can buy all 436 in one easy-to-read volume.
From Garth Marenghi, who brought you Slicer, Slasher, Ripper, and many more, comes Garth Marenghi's The Earth. With a reinforced spine made from genuine cat bone, it comes complete with these detachable balancing sticks, allowing you to read safely, and adjustable brackets for easy storage. Order now and you'll receive this attachable index and Chapter 1 of Garth's new novel.
If you only buy one Garth Marenghi book, buy this one, which is all of them.
Garth Marenghi's The Earth, the only book you'll ever need.
It's a phenomenal work rate. How do you manage it, Garth? How do you keep getting inspiration?
Cheese. I eat a lot of cheese, which gives me these fantastic, vivid dreams. You know, a lot of writers will smoke pot. If I hit a wall, I'll generally reach for the Emmental or the Dolciolata. Wash those down with beer and pickles, have a nap, wake up, chap 2 awaits. The only downside is I tend to put on 2 stone a novel. But if you type as fast as I do, you can generally sweat out a stone of that, so it evens out more or less.
I'm exactly the same with mackerel. I mean, I can't stop at 1. I'll eat 4 or 5 at a sitting. So I always make sure I forewarn my dining companion, you know, that I'll need at least an hour for things to settle afterwards, because the last thing anyone wants is for that mackerel to re-emerge during the physical act of love.
Well, you know, you're very lucky with your metabolism, Dean, because I think mackerel would sit very heavily on me.
Yes.
I mean, I was approached to be the face of Ginster's Pies, which is hugely flattering, of course, but I had to turn it down because the sheer number of freebies would have been a death sentence. And at the end of the day, I'm not a salesman either, I'm a shaman. I'm a dream weaver. My job is to question, like Poe Edgar Allan, is all we see or seem but a dream within a dream.
I don't know, what did he say?
I don't think he had an answer, to be honest. I think that was the point, you know, are you real?
Yes.
But are you?
Oh, stop it, Garth, you're creeping me out.
Perhaps you're asleep and this is a nightmare. How do you know you exist?
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? It's like that philosophical question, you know, if a tree falls in the forest and I'm not there and it makes a sound, but I don't hear it, but someone records it and plays it to me at a dinner party, does that mean I'm still in the forest? And if I am, then why can't I just take a piss in the garden rather than queuing for the toilet? And that's if the toilet even exists. I've been trying to use it all fucking night. I'm starting to doubt the existence of the toilet, quite frankly, at this stage of the proceedings.
You see? Can you feel it? You see, I'm getting you to
Get
ask
a Portaloo,
questions.
is what I'm saying. If you're going to have a party of that size, get a Portaloo. Because I don't want to spend my entire fucking evening in the corridor. And if philosophy can solve those questions, then it's worth it. But thus far it can't. So I'm fucking busting. And what's Plato doing about it? Nothing.
You see? You see, you're asking questions.
I am. My mind's abuzz with possibilities. It's like peeling an onion. But it still doesn't answer the question. It still doesn't answer the question, does it, Garth, as to why horror? Couldn't you do the same kind of questioning in whodunits or porno?
Well, how long's a piece of string?
That's true.
I've always been attracted to the dark side of life. You know, at school, some boys would pull the wings off flies. I'd also perform autopsies. I think it's cathartic for me. I think if I wasn't writing, I'd probably be out on the streets right now carving people up. But I see myself as a ferryman. Society is my cargo. You, Dean, are the first mate.
All aboard. But you, as well as being a writer, are an actor and a director.
Correct.
And you were working on a feature film.
Correct.
Called War of the Wasps.
You've earned yourself a third correct.
And I remember very clearly reading the script, and I said to you, Garth, I said, I love this script. I was sick twice, and then I got the runs. We have to make this movie. What gave you the idea?
Well, one day I saw a wasp, and I thought, what if that wasp waged war? And then the piece really wrote itself.
Sure. And could you describe the general premise of the film?
Sure. Well, I play Ken Douglas, a renegade insectologist and part-time horror writer who is thrown out of the Romford Creepy Crawly Institute for his radical paper on Daddy Longlegs. He's then drafted into the Secret Service counter-insect unit to fight off what turns out to be an invasion of giant cosmic wasps. And to cut a long story short, Douglas ends up luring them into outer space via a giant sticky bun.
Sure. And are the wasps a metaphor?
A metaphor what?
No, sorry. A metaphor.
Yes, let's say they are. You know, we're living in dangerous times, Dean. You know, we're living in a climate of fear. Kin is pitched against kin, and all along we're forgetting what is actually the real threat.
Right, which is?
The Dutch. They look very peaceful. They appear to be keeping themselves to themselves, but I'm watching them, and it's a good job I am because no one else is. And if any aren't too sky-high off homebrewed weed to be watching this, heed my words, I'm onto you.
So, in short, the wasps represent the Dutch?
Yes, they do, because everyone knows that for years now the Dutch have been trying to fuse their kind with wasps to create an insectoidal super soldier. The government are trying to be very, very hush-hush about it. They actually pulled the film from production, which just proves that the Dutch are already running Whitehall.
Sure. And we'll be able to see an exclusive clip of the film the government doesn't want you to see after the break.
Keep watching the skies.
Welcome back to Man with Dean Lerner. I'm joined in the Man-to-Man mansionette by Garth Marenghi. And as promised, we're going to show a sequence from War of the Wasps, Garth's allegorical rendering of a potential future war with the Dutch. In this sequence, Ken Douglas,
whom I play,
is leading a helicopter attack on the renegade swarm. And if I remember rightly, which I do, your mission objective is to fire a giant canister of insect repellent up the Queen Wasp's back entrance and then detonate it with torpedoes.
Wrong. I actually detonate it using a 30 calibre Browning M1917 A1 hood-mounted machine gun.
Apologies.
Incidentally, for you at home, you probably won't be able to assimilate the density of the imagery in one viewing, so keep up.
Well, let's take a look.
Charlie Echo Bravo Delta, Sanchez, Bogenhagen, stay close. How long before the Queen reaches the kiddie hospice, Reed?
At the rate she's travelling, I'd guesstimate 2 mins. It's sod's law that hospice was built right next to Britain's biggest jam factory, which in turn was constructed next to the Houses of Parliament. And don't forget, Dag, the one woman you love is trapped in there with them. Plus, in addition, a couple of the kids have got whooping cough. Good luck, ladies. I wish I could be up there with you, but I've got a bad back.
You heard the man. Let's take us some Jaspers. Fall in. Minus 3 o'clock. Bogenhagen, back left. Try and do their fun. Sanchez, stick with me. Let's make him disappear.
Try this for size. Jesus Christ, wasp on my tail. Can't shake this one, Dag.
I told you to bog off.
Thanks, fella.
Watch out, the other side!
Dag!
I'm okay. I've lost my repellent, though.
Ow! Ow!
What is it, Bogenhagen?
Wasps in the cockpit! Ah! There's too many! There's just too many!
Keep still. Don't annoy them and they'll just fly away.
No, Bogenhagen! Don't move!
Oh, no!
Bye-bye, Bogenhagen. Sanch, it's just you and me now, buddy.
Sorry to break up the tender moment, you fart knockers, but there's a killer queen wasp out there that's hornier than a bitch in season, and we need to frag her bug-eyed, yellow-bellied hiney before she hunts that hospice. So get pronto, Tonto.
Copy that.
I got her! She's in my sights! What? Bloody thing's jammed. I'm gonna have to flap the business out myself.
Sanchez, don't do it.
You know I have to, Dag.
Yep, I guess you do. Look, I'll make sure they build a statue of you right in the middle of Romford. Well, not the middle, we wouldn't get the planning permission, but maybe next to that big Odeon.
Thanks, Dag. I like that big Odeon. Now listen, don't talk. We've not much time. In a minute, you're gonna see my chopper hanging out of that Jasper's ass, sir. You're not gonna want to shoot because your best buddy's up there. But you have to, because you'd asked me to do the same thing.
Sorry, Sanch, I didn't get any of that. You're breaking up. Look, I'll just shoot you when you're up there. This is for every time I've tried to drink a can of cider in the park.
Now, since that film, you've turned your considerable gifts to the world of fine arts, and your new exhibition, Imaginata Horrificata, has opened at the Canvey Island Art Centre.
That's right. That's right. And it's been wonderful because we've got people of all shapes and sizes, all ages, all shit for it together. And, you know, sometimes they've actually walked out. It's that terrifying.
Well, that is an achievement, and indeed sometimes people have been so terrified they haven't even showed up.
See, I take that as a great compliment.
Sure. And did you look to any other artists for inspiration at all?
Not really, no. If I ever want inspiration, I generally reread one of my own books. There's usually something quite profound in there I missed first time. So.
Sure. Well, yeah. I mean, I loved this show. I thought it was tremendous, and what I love so much about it is that you provide very extensive notes alongside the paintings, which is great because there's no need to interpret them at all. I mean, you know, it's all explained. There's nothing like subtext or anything like that. So I managed to whiz around the whole exhibition in 15 minutes.
Well, that's it. People are very busy, Dean. You know, they don't have time to go to an exhibition and think as well. So, and to be honest, there's nothing worse than a work of art that leaves you asking questions.
Well, believe you me, Garth, I came out of this exhibition with nothing. I was barely thinking.
Thank you.
But the exhibition had to close, didn't it? Because you had an accident
Yes.
when you were working at your home studio. Do you feel able to discuss this at all?
Well, it's a small thing. It's a silly thing, really. You know.
You're amongst friends, Garth.
Well, I just sculpted a 40-foot statue of my head and it fell on me. So, you know, it could have happened to anyone.
Sure. Sure. And I understand that you were actually trapped in your own left nostril for most of the day.
That's right, yeah. When Pam, my wife, came home from work, she cut me out, but I did go for 5 hours without food.
Jesus Christ.
And then I called you to call the private ambulance to take me through to the hospital to test me for concussion, which actually didn't turn out to be concussion, it was just I was hungry.
Sure. And actually, when we were in the ambulance, as we alluded to earlier, you kept cracking these hilarious jokes, and in the end, the ambulance did crash.
That's right.
And that's when you lost your ear.
That's right, but, you know, that comes with the territory if you're an artist. You know, if it's good for Vince Van Gogh, it's good enough for me.
And since then, you've been working at your home studio on a new collection, haven't you?
Yeah, and I have to say the new collection's pretty damn primal.
Sure. And we took our man-to-man camera crew, well, cameraman, let's be honest, to document Garth's fresh brush with horror. Come on, that was witty. Unbelievable.
Greetings, traveller, and welcome to my house of horrors. Or perhaps I should say my converted attic of horrors. I'll come up here in the morning, and the first thing I'll do is I'll strip off, completely new, and then I'll try and catch visions. This is entitled Famine, and it's very easy to paint famine, just keep it thin. I don't know if you've seen, but there's a little skull down the bottom here, so any Hamlet fans that are watching, that one's for you. This one over here is called the Taxman. These people are from the VAT office. This one here is a Valentine present to my wife Pam. It's called Consummation. This is just paint. This is my most recent painting. It's my vision of what the family Marenghi would look like without skin. As I've always said, a family that plays together, flays together. That's the face of a reader deprived of Garth Marenghi novels. And what these are a cross between my eyeballs and my sperm. So it's my visions that are giving birth and impregnating the minds of millions. I was so enraged one day, I came in, I just span that. It used to be like that. I just did that. I've never put it back, and I won't. Now, I must warn you, don't, whatever you do, go in that corner. No, it's all right, don't. It's just we've got a lamp there. This has been a short but disturbing journey around my studio dart. Thank you very much for coming. I hope to see you again soon. But for now, get out. Get out, for the demons are coming.
Terrific stuff there, Garth. And you've got a new exhibition, haven't you? Illuminatum Diabolicatum. That's coming soon, isn't it? And best of luck with that.
Don't need it.
Well, all that remains for me to do is to thank once again my super guest, Garth Marenghi, for talking to me, man to man.
Pleasure.
And to thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much.
Live from his luxury penthouse apartment in London's glittering East End, Dean Lerner, club owner, entrepreneur and publisher of high-class gentlemen's magazines, invites you to join him for an exclusive man-to-man. Please welcome Mr. Dean Lerner.
Thank you. Thank you so much. 1,000 thank yous. And welcome to Man to Man. My name is Dean Lerner, and I guess you could say I'm a one-man brand. I've got a club called Dino's, a restaurant called Chez Dino's, an erotic comic called The Dino, and a men's magazine called Jigglers. And that was originally called Dino's Jigglers, but the image it conjured up was, at best, harrowing. Wasn't it, Satu? Yeah. Now, this show is an attempt to bring back some refinement to modern television, a medium that's become so depraved, so venal, that I'm almost ashamed to be associated with it. And I've worked in skin. In short, you can sum up the credos of Man to Man in one word: class. What is class? Well, it's impossible to define, despite what dictionaries would have us believe. But certain images can conjure up its essence: jumbo prawns, ankle bracelets, and dimmer switches in the toilet. And my special guest this evening is pure class. He's the candelabra of toilet lighting, if you will. Now, as many of you will know, I've had a long-standing love of motor racing. And back in the 80s, I even had my own team called the Dean Team. Perhaps you've heard of it, or perhaps you haven't. Those are the two options. The point is, tonight's VIP visitor was the most famous driver the Dean Team ever had, but you might know him better now as a spokesman for a major hair restoral company.
Having lived life in the fast lane for well over a decade, it's no surprise to me that my back has begun to fall out. But with Back Studio's revolutionary new hair restoral treatment, my back, sack, crack and shoulders have been restored to their bushy best in just under 3 years. Has it changed my life? You betcha. Back in business.
Please welcome the 4 times former Formula 5 world champion, Steve the Accelerator Pissing, with 1 S.
Thank you, Dean. Well,
Whoa, one second. OK. And go.
Thank you, Dean. I'm over the moon to be here, and can I say that's an hilarious start to the proceedings, albeit one that is technically inaccurate. The checkered flag usually denotes the close of a race, whereas the start of a race is usually signified by a sequence of coloured lights flashing red, red, green, then out. But thank you, and thank you also for the correct pronunciation of my surname. So many people over the years have pronounced it Pising or Pizzing. It's not, it's Pissing. Said it once, and I'll say it again. Pissing is my name, and I'm proud to be a Pissing. And that's the end of it.
Agreed.
That's the end of it, Dean.
Sure. Now, some time back, your racing career was cut tragically short by a horrendous car accident, of which more in the due-ness, of course, which means that a number of our younger viewers may not know that you were once 4 times Formula 5 world champion. Now, forgive me for blowing smoke up my own trumpet, but all of those wins were with my team, the Dean Team.
That's right, Dean, and I'd like to say that with you by my side, I was living the Dean.
Well, that's both funny and kind. But tell me, Steve, what was it like to drive a Formula 5 car? What made it so exciting?
Well, I'd have to say the speed.
The speed.
The sheer speed, Dean, there was nothing else like it. It was better than sex. Well, certainly better than any sex I've ever had. The feeling of speed was just indescribable.
All right. So what was it like?
As I say, it's indescribable.
Try describing it.
Really good.
Now, together we won a lot of races, but what for you was your finest moment?
Well, I'd have to say probably Brands Hatch 85. I was leading solidly for 15 laps. Then on lap 16, I was taken by Henrik Gröger, the fiery Sri Lankan. I got angry, I put my foot down, I did this, and I was back on pole.
And that was the greatest moment of your life?
Yes, it was. I mean, there was a moment immediately prior to that where I'd done this, and that was pretty special. I mean, I remember thinking that's probably my greatest moment. But then that moment led to this, which blew the previous moment right out of the park. In fact, the only thing that's come close since is when I first saw the trailer to Troy.
It's a very dangerous sport, isn't it?
Well, I've got no skin left on my legs anymore. They look like 2 tubes of pâté. In fact, one dermatologist said I'm literally down to my last layer of skin, so I can't wash with a flannel anymore. I have to use wet wipes from Kentucky Fried Chicken. And that's the only brand my skin will take. So if I ever want to spruce up, it's a trip to the Colonel.
Well, it's very difficult to find a good quality wet wipe in any case, because I took Satu to the Ivy recently, and I asked for a wet wipe, and they said, we don't do wet wipes. I said, the fuck you don't do wet wipes? I'm paying £2 ton a head, and you don't do fucking wet wipes. They said, no, we don't. I said, well, send out for a wet wipe. I've got shrimp all over my hands. I stink. I need a wet wipe. And so in the end, they had to bite some over from Chicken Cottage, who do a very good wet wipe, and gratis, I may add. But I have to say, I think the Ivy were a little bit embarrassed by the whole thing, because I've been in there 2 weeks back, and they didn't have any sporks. So, back to you, Steve. You have borne all your innumerable chafings with considerable courage, and I think that's what the British public love so much about you. It's your character.
Well, it's not for no reason, Dean, that I've been voted Sports Personality of the Year 3 times running.
Sure, and that's a very difficult competition to win, because you were up against some very witty sportsmen, including, I think, John Parrott.
Well, as I said on the night, I've had the ride of my life in this career, but the road to this particular trophy has been the bumpiest.
That is priceless. And you actually wrote that joke yourself, didn't you?
Yes, I did. It took about a week, but I was very pleased with the result, and I think it still holds up well today.
Yeah, I think I agree. And it was that speech, and in particular that joke, if I may be so bold, that led to the tide of pissing mania that swept the country. You were everywhere, weren't you? There were pissing T-shirts, pissing mugs, pissing posters, and there was even the pissing single, wasn't there?
That's right. Driving me crazy.
Driving me crazy, that's right. How did it go? Yeah, you're driving me crazy, take your foot off the gas. I'm all tired out, I've got my head on the dash. We need to put the brakes on or we'll skid off the tracks. We've been slow out the grids, now I want you back. You're driving me crazy. Why don't you give it a rest? Do what? Bunny Rabbit, pardon? No, that's Chas and Dave. That's Chas and Dave.
Well, to be fair, I think we ripped it off them.
Yeah, sure. So I suppose the culmination of this avalanche of merchandise was your video in which you documented your hopes, your dreams and your plans for the future when you were literally at the top of your game. So let's have a look at pissing in the driving seat.
Hi, I'm Steve Pissing, and this is Pissing in the Driving Seat.
In this home video cassette, Steve Pissing will reveal what drives him, his racy views on the motor business, keep us on track with his private life, and candidly share his hopes for the future while also putting the brakes on some rumours about his imminent retirement. Steve Pissing is one of Formula 5's great personalities. 3 times UK champion, with an historic 47 trophies to his name. He is known to other drivers and his fans alike as the Accelerator.
Well, I'm known as the Accelerator, I suppose because in my motor racing career I've often had to accelerate in order to overtake rival drivers, so I suppose it's a reference to that.
A devoted husband to his wife Marie, he runs a successful business with his brother, Barry Pissing. He also owns a camel and has recently opened a camel refuge in his hometown of Folkestone, Kent.
I own a camel, I love camels, I adore camels, I'm camel crazy. Camels have great stamina, they look good, like me they go a hell of a long way on one tank, and above all they're honest. And let me say this to you now, if only everyone was as honest as a camel, the world would be a much better place in my opinion.
What does Steve feel about the recent fraud and manslaughter allegations made against Dean Lerner and Dean Machine Motors? Do these have a bearing on his future plans?
I have the utmost respect for Dean Lerner. I think he does a wonderful job, often in very difficult circumstances. Granted, he flew off the handle somewhat during his recent courtroom appearance, but I've said this once and I'll say it again. As far as I'm concerned, Dean's always been straight with me. I've always been straight with him. I'll be completely straight with the judge when I'm called to testify at Dean's trial next month. Dean knows that. Dean respects that. I've got nothing to hide, Dean's got nothing to hide, the Dean team's got nothing to hide.
So we leave Steve Pissing at a crossroads in his career. But one thing's for certain, this won't be the last chapter in the Pissing story.
Nice. Very nice to see that.
But shortly after that video, you indeed announced you were leaving my team, the Dean team.
Yes.
Steve left the Dean team with my blessing. I wished you the very best, but I warned you at the time that if you left me, things would not turn out well for you. And I was right, wasn't I?
True, it was an uncanny prediction, Dean, because in my first race with my new team, I had a terrible crash that effectively put the brakes on my entire career.
Which is ironic, because it was your brakes that failed during that race.
It's one of those things you just have to live with, Dean. I don't know how that brake cable became severed in 18 different places.
It's a mystery.
Say no, boo.
Now, the injuries you received were extensive. I mean, no one was more surprised than me when you pulled through.
Well, it was a horrific crash, Dean. I remember it like it was yesterday. The brakes failed, I hit the curb, the car flipped, I went into a roll, slid on some oil, skidded into a tyre wall, bounced over the control tower onto a garage roof, catapulted sideways into a tree, dropped down into the path of a speeding van, ricocheted back up into the tree, landed bonnet down in a skip, the petrol tank blew, the car exploded, the tree fell on the car, and at that point I became worried I might not make it. My seat caught fire, the skip blew up, I started hearing gunshots. Then a pickup truck dumped 15 gallons of wet cement on top of me. When I was chiselled out of the wreckage, my pelvis was shattered, one arse cheek was hanging loose, the top of my head was leaking, and my spine had become severely compressed.
Right. By how much?
I was 3'5", Dean. But lucky for me, they managed to surgically stretch me back to something approximating my original height over a period of 7 years.
Right. Were you ever afraid that you were going to die?
Well, I did die, Dean. I was rushing down a tunnel towards a very bright light at the other end. I was going maybe 200, 220 mph. Popped out the other end and I saw the face of God.
And what did he look like?
A little bit like Uncle Albert from Only Fools and Horses.
That's how I imagine him to look like. I guess he didn't do that a lot, though.
Not that I noticed, but heaven was like a huge car parts depot, gleaming white and stocked to the gills with every form of car part or car part accessory you could wish for. And I remember thinking, if I ever come through this, I'm going to open up a similar operation in Folkestone or maybe Dover. And God said to me, Steve, that's a great idea. There's a lot of passing trade opening up in Folkestone, what with the channel nearing completion and increasing reinvestment throughout the area. And you've already built up good brand loyalty with pissing parts and pissing oil. So we talked for about an hour about the motor parts trade, and we found a lot of our views on how to trade in stock were very similar.
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to interrupt you there, Steve. I had no idea that answer would be so long. We have to go to a commercial break. Please come back for what I promise will be a snappier second half. Welcome back to Man with Dean Lerner. I'm about to recommence talking to former Formula 5 world champion Steve Pissing now. After the crash that ended your motor racing career, you returned to domestic life. How did you find that?
Since my retirement, my wife Marie and I have been trying for a baby, but with no joy at all. And it's been devastating for me, Dean, because as you know, I want to continue the Pissing name. It's an old Anglo-Saxon name, and regrettably, it's dying out.
And I understand, as yet, your marriage has been without issue.
You got it in one, Dean. Unfortunately, the kind of temperatures generated in the driving seat during an average Formula 5 race are roughly the equivalent of a Breville toaster. So, sadly, over the years, the tip of my shaft has become heat-sealed. Bit like the corners of a toasted sandwich.
Could you not try siphoning off some sperms?
I'd love to, Dean, but the trouble is, after 10 years on the track with my testes sizzling on a white-hot engine, everything down there's long since curdled.
Well, I've got the opposite problem. I mean, I just found out this week that I've got another son, which is not ideal. But then again, you can't argue with the DNA test. Not for long. Sorry. I digress. Couldn't you adopt?
No, I couldn't adopt. Apparently, calling a child pissing in this day and age constitutes a form of child abuse. I mean, not to harp on about it, but even my wife Marie won't take my name. And I've said to her, I've pleaded, please, Marie, please take it as a middle name. But she won't. She won't, because her surname's Blood.
Let's move on. Now, after the crash that you should not have survived, you went full-time into the parts business, didn't you?
That's right. I love the parts business, and I get the same kick from selling a wheel component or a splash shield as I did crossing the finishing line, would you believe?
I believe you, Steve. And you ran that business with your brother Barry, and I believe we've got a picture of him, which we can see now. There he is.
Yeah, that's my brother Barry. He's my younger brother. Just sitting here thinking about him makes my blood boil.
Cain and Abel, Romulus and Remus, and now Steve and Barry. Why can't brothers get on?
I don't know, Dean. I love him like a brother, but at the same time, I hate him so much I could spit. And I don't even approve of spitting, as you know.
Actually, I'll tell you who's a terrible one for spitting. He's a real gobber. And that's Des Lynam. When he's on Countdown, they actually have to put a spittoon under his desk. That's true. That is true. He won't tell you. That's why he's got the moustache. It's to soak it up, basically. So what did Barry do?
What didn't he do?
Let's start off with what he did do, because that was a long first half.
OK. Well, things began one day when we'd been delivered an extra wiper blade from our supplier by mistake, and Barry suggested we pocket the profit and keep our heads low for a week. And I said, Barry, I don't want to live like a fugitive for the rest of my life. I can't do business like that. Then, not long after that, he began to turn up late for work. He'd roll up to the depot at about 7:30 when I'd been there since 5, and I'd say, Jesus, Barry, what time do you call this? Half the day's gone. And he'd just look at me, flip the bird and say, climb it, Tarzan. Then I noticed he started to take the van home at weekends, and when it came back on Monday morning, it smelled distinctly of midnight sin. And the worst thing was he wouldn't do up his top button on his shirt, which from a customer's point of view is like being kicked in the balls.
And you were so ill with stress, you had to take 5 months off work, didn't you?
That's right, well, that's where all my back hair fell out. And that's when I came back to you, the only man in the world I could trust, and very honourably and for £50, you took the business off my hands and a whole heap of worry from my shoulders.
And these are exciting times for the business because we have a new reality show where you and I have to find a new trainee to oversee the future growth of pitting parts. So let's have a look at The Learner. Good morning, everyone. OK, let's cut straight to it, shall we? You lot are going to be competing against one another to become the new night security guard at my Woking depot. This is the opportunity of a lifetime, as well as the obvious cachet that such a position affords. The lucky appointee will receive an annual salary of $9.5K and personalised name badge. Now, helping me choose my learner security guard will be my 2 trusted advisors. To my right, Mr. Steve Pissing. Steve heads up the car parts depot here, and as such, over the next few weeks, will be my eyes, ears, throat, and balls. To my left is my financial advisor. Now, I'm going to split you up into 2 groups, shirts and skirt. Shirts, you can do stock taking with Steve here, and skirt, what's your name, my love?
Martine.
Martine, my darling. You can soap down the Jag with me and Mary Lou.
Water pumps, that's a DI2519 and a DI2517. OK?
Yeah.
Can you see them? There they are, there they are. What's the quantity?
2.
What's the quantity?
2.
What's the quantity? Look. There you go. Quantity 1. Jot it down. Exhaust paste power cans. Where are they? Wrong, that's a water pump. Because if they come too far on the shelves, they can fall and it's against health and safety. If this juts out too far and I'm walking along here, bang, and I'm out. OK, so just be very, very careful. Bring it up to the edge, but no further. And don't push it all the way back because then you might miss one walking through, OK? Because I'll walk past, go, where is it, and I've gone past it. It's literally up to that edge. That's why they were built this length. OK, that's why the width is right. It's just right for the job. It's just right for the job. Did you stack these?
Yes.
Yeah, they're overstacked. OK, if you look, come here, if you look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, well, there's 10. I mean, I know what you've done. You put 10 on thinking, well, 10's a nice even number, but they should only ever go to at least to 7. or, 7 or less, really.
Right.
Because if I walk along here and I'm crouching and I'm walking through and they drop off, I mean, I know they're not heavy, but enough of them could blind me. Does anyone here want a cup of tea?
No.
Cup of tea?
No, they don't. They're fine.
Cup of tea?
They're fine.
OK.
Can you send them in, please? Okay, now I've listened to the advice of Steve and Mary Lou, but now I need you to convince me, okay? You, what have you got to say for yourself?
Your employee said I did good.
Pardon me?
I was great.
You were great, suddenly
Yeah, man,
great.
I did it good.
He did it good. He did it good. Did he did it good, Steve?
He did.
I caught someone like you key my car. Do you know what happened to him?
What?
He carried his leg home. It's all a joke to these fellas. What about you? How many GCSEs have you got?
I have 2 GCSEs.
I don't like eggheads, okay? So I've got a problem with you. Why should I keep you on?
Well, like I said before, I think I've done my task to my best ability.
Right. What's your best ability? That of the hog? What have you got to say in your defence?
I think Steve and I make a pretty good team.
So you're Torval and Dean suddenly, are you? Skating together in sync.
It was discussed.
What, Torval and Dean?
Us going skating.
What about you then?
I can be a good employee for you.
For me?
Yeah.
Right. Do you know what I think you are? I think you're a fucking toilet. I'm not a team. How did you get off?
I don't know.
Don't know. Okay. This is very tough. This is very tough indeed. A lot of conflicting testimony. It is my decision. But I've made it. And I'm going to cut all of you loose except Martine. There's a great episode coming up later where Satu and Martine have a catfight on a bouncy castle, so watch out for that. All that remains for me to do is to thank once again my super guest, Steve Pissing, for talking to me, man to man, and to thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much. When we're done, I'll get a hose. Get a hose. You might get sprinkled a bit. Don't give me that look, Steve.
That car's too clean, Dean.
It's my decision, Steve.
Your decision.
It is my decision. And the car is the level of cleanness that I'd like. Tonight might be a late one, so you'd best call your mother because I doubt you'll be back before 11:30.
Live from his luxury penthouse apartment in London's glittering East End, Dean Lerner, club owner, entrepreneur and publisher of high-class gentlemen's magazines, invites you to join him for an exclusive man-to-man. Please welcome Mr. Dean Lerner.
Thank you. Good evening and welcome to Man to Man. Thank you so much for dropping by the Mansionette, right here at the top of Dean Towers. We have a great show for you tonight, but if you'll forgive me, I have just one bit of AOB to attend to first. This week sees the launch of my new pay-per-view television channel dedicated to girl-on-girl pillow fighting. And you can order it by phoning this number on the bottom of your screen. So just give our call team your credit card details, and join in the harmless fun. And for billing purposes, charges to your card will be marked as office equipment. Now, my VIP visitor tonight is a towering figure in the world of sci-fi cinema for the home video market. Films such as Time Whackers, The Lactator, Frisk City Delta and Cop Gooses 1 through 8 have made him a hero to single men throughout the world. But he's perhaps best remembered for his pivotal role in the television series Galacticops, in which he played Bot, the alien with a human heart. His new autobiography, Bot Seriously, movingly describes his lifelong career with this historic show and is available from the Dean Lerner Book Club. And the number for that should come up at the bottom of your screen now. Order now and you can get my autobiography, I Have a Dean, Learning, Living and Loving with Dean Lerner, for the reduced price of £90. But before I welcome this acting behemoth, let's turn back the clock and cop a look at one of Bot's finest moments.
It's too late for me, Jack. My time is over. Do not weep for me, for I have known many wonderful things in my life as the ship's chief pleasure port. Why, you showed me the reigning stars of Tramatricon 5. You showed me the twin moons of the Gantrax Helix, where we liberated the Hoodramons from their vile slave masters, restored the mighty Opteryx. And you showed me that game with those majestic colored orbs. What was the name of that game, Jack?
Snooker.
Snooker. Mourn not my passing, for we Batracons do not fear death. The knowledge of my people may be passed on to those who have joined our everlasting quest for courage, wisdom, and above all, dignity. Let us perform the rite. Drink, my friend.
Please give a warm, intergalactic welcome to Mr. Glyn Nimrod.
Greetings, Captain.
At ease, soldier.
Thank you.
Take a seat. It's great to see you looking so well, Glyn.
Well, thank you very much, Dean, and thank you for your wonderful introduction. Although we in the business never use the term sci-fi. It's SF.
SF.
That's right. SF for scientifical fictions.
Right. Not sci-fi.
Never sci-fi. De Montfort Graney, the wonderful creator of Galacticops, he despised the term sci-fi, like he despised Orientals. It's a simple mistake to make, but one I feel should be rectified. Could we have the fire down a little lower, please?
Yeah, sure.
It's just, I can no longer endure a heat source stronger than 25 degrees centigrade. So I don't know if your cameras can observe, but my forehead is already susceptible to finger indentation.
Sure.
So, could you let me know if you notice any discharge?
Sure. I'll be the first to let you know, should you discharge.
Thank you. Thank you.
And if you could do likewise.
Of course.
There's a bit of a whiff, actually, if you don't mind me saying.
Well, that's a chemical compound. It's a skin healant. It cools the skin from within. It's being patented by my surgeon, but it's not in the stores yet because, unfortunately, it's still highly flammable.
Okay. Let's have this fire down a little bit lower. Yeah. Okay. Can I just say it's such an honour to have you on the show. I mean, I've had many achievements in my life. I now own 6 nudie bars. I've met both of the Proclaimers. I actually refereed a tug-of-war between them and Tears for Fears. But really meeting you is the culmination of everything. I'm such a huge fan. It really is the best moment of my entire life, and I'd just like to thank you so much for coming on the show.
Well, thank you very much, Dean.
Thank you very much. And I'd like to thank you for coming all this way, because you've flown in straight from Hawaii, haven't you?
Right, yeah.
You're half Hawaiian.
That's right. My father was a Hawaiian fire breather, and my mother was a nurse in a hospital burns unit. And ironically enough, on their first date, my father belched at the wrong moment and set her alight. She was a beautiful woman, my mother, on the left-hand side.
She was certainly a striking presence in any room. And I really enjoyed reading your new autobiography, which I believe is the 6th you've written.
Well, I tried squeezing them into 5, but they just wouldn't fit.
Wouldn't fit. Lovely. But this is a special one, isn't it? Because it's the first book in which you discuss candidly your relationship with the creator of Galacticops, de Montfort-Graney.
That's right. He was a genius, you know, and I think the thing is we shared a vision in Galacticops, because on the one hand it was a futuristic cop show, but on the other it dealt with some pretty fundamental human themes.
Indeed, yes.
Tolerance, compassion, love, understanding, water sports, and above all, dignity. Human dignity, which is something de Montfort never lost, right up until that final rectal prolapse which ended his filmmaking career.
Sure. And I'm so proud because we've managed to film you reading that book for DVD, and that should be out soon on the DVD label.
Well, that was on your suggestion, Dean.
Well, yes. I mean, after reading your book, I thought perhaps it might be even more appreciated by the illiterate. And the thing is, if you can tap into the illiterate market, your quid's in, because they can't read the reviews. So, let's take a look.
Hello, I'm Glyn Nimron, and welcome to Volume 1.9 of my digitally versatile Discal Biog. If you've bought this box set expecting to meet Bot, well, you're gonna be disappointed. Bot is under my strictest instructions not to interfere. Greetings, I am Bot. Hey Bot, didn't I specifically tell you not to interfere? It is in my nature to help those who are struggling. Well, I'm managing very well here on my lonesome, thank you. Now get out of here. As you wish. Gee, I hope he doesn't pop up again unannounced. I first met de Montfort-Graney when I was just a young actor in some long-forgotten television drama. I'd never even heard of the great director, but one evening as I was hosing off my makeup in my dressing room, he came to me and made his feelings known. Glyn, he said, drawing the shower curtain close behind him, Glyn, I've been watching you. You have the physique of an astronaut. I want you to play Bot in my new film. And by the way, you're using that loofah all wrong. This is how it's done. The rest of that evening is now, sadly, just a haze. But one thing was certain. A new and powerful force had entered Glyn Nimron. The following day, I feverishly devoured de Montfort's script. Bot had 5 lines. How the hell was I going to learn all this material? I was terrified. I'd only ever had one speaking role to date, and that was the line, "Please don't shoot me, I'm new to this country." So I consulted de Montfort. "Mr. Graney," I said, wringing my hands nervously, "maybe you should go hire another actor." He listened, steadied my nervous wrists by securing them tightly to my ankles, and whispered, "Glyn, I don't want an actor, I want you." The rest of that lunchtime is now, sadly, just a haze. But one thing was certain, Bot was back. Did someone say my name? Hey, don't make me use this!
And it stays as funny as that for the next 30 hours. Now, Bot is obviously your most famous, well, only famous character. How would you describe him to the countless millions and millions of people who have no idea who he is?
Well, very simply, Bot started out as Trainee Counselor 3 on board the Galacticops cruiser, the Galacticat, and fast became a firm favorite with the fans. But I'm pleased to say, that by film 13, Bot had completed his training and been promoted to Co-Deputy Assistant Secretary to the Advisory Board for the Vice Chief Counselor's Junior Ombudsman Standing Committee.
There was quite a physical demand upon your person in the role, wasn't there? De Montfort did push you, didn't he? Didn't he put you on an oestrogen diet so you could grow your own breasts?
Yes. Yes, he did do that. But you know what? Whenever I was anxious, De Montfort would pop a reassuring thumb up my ass, and the whole worry of the world would just melt away from my shoulders.
Now, I'm about to embarrass you, Glyn, because I've had a dream ever since I was a little nipper that one day I might perform in a scene with my favourite actor of all time, Chuck Norris. Only joking, Glyn Nimrod. I've got a script here which I've written. It's based on my autobiography. It's my life story, and I'd love you to take a look at the past of my mother.
OK.
I've got it. Hang on, I need to... sorry, could you hold this?
Oh,
Jesus Christ! Put him out! Put him out! Put him out! OK, all right, OK. Cut to the pillow fight! Cut to the pillow fight! Put him out! Put him out! Put him out! Welcome back. For those of you who've just joined us, my guest tonight, Glyn Nimrod, has partially melted as a result of an accidental fire in the studio. It was an act of God. Nothing could have been done to prevent it. Glyn's skin, however, is very thin, due mainly to years of surgical grafting for breast augmentation. The top of his head has come away, his shoulders are slightly crispy, and his nipples have begun to weep. He's being kept cool backstage in the man-to-man hospitality suite where he is currently awaiting a doctor. He's comfortable, he's being kept moist, he's having hot milk and cake, and we've managed to cut him safely out of his trousers. Our cameras are in there, the lighting is lower than we'd like, but Glyn is both willing and contractually obliged to continue talking to us. Glyn, can you hear me?
Oh, boy.
OK, Glyn. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Are you all right?
I'm fine, Dean. I'm just sorry we couldn't complete our script.
Well, I've still got the script, and it'd be great if we could still go through it.
Sure. Actually, I don't think that's a good idea, Dean. I'm burned pretty bad.
It's all right. Satu can hold up the script for you.
Oh.
I'll set the scene for you. I'm in the middle of...
Oh.
Hey, come on. Bub.
Oh.
OK. I'm in the middle of opening up my first lap dancing club, and I receive a phone call saying my mother is critically ill. It's your line first.
Oh, Jesus, I'm so goddamn hot.
No. It's actually, I'm so proud of you, Dean. I'm sorry to do this to you on your big night. And then it's my line. Don't worry, Mother, I forgive you. Can you not die for another hour? Gaz Top is here, and the press are clamouring for a photo of us together.
Oh.
No. That's not it either, Glyn. We'll pick this up later. We'll play in the VT and we'll come back, Glyn.
I don't think so, Dean. I'm burned pretty bad.
Yeah, no. You've said. Now, earlier this year, I gave Glyn a camera, well lent, though he seems to have taken it as a fucking gift. And I asked him to give us an exclusive insider's view of the 14th Uxbridge Science Fiction and Fantasy Convention.
Hi, I'm Glyn Nimrod, and I'm here in Uxbridge, England for the 14th Annual Uxbridge Science Fiction and Fantasy Convention, held this year in the Uxbridge Conference Centre, right here in Uxbridge. It's a little rainy, it's a little early, so I'm going to go grab a continental breakfast in my hotel, which, lucky for me, is situated just across the way there. Come on, I'll buy you coffee. No?
No, really, there's nothing here.
Oh, maybe they put it under my traveling pseudonym, which is Mr. Milk.
No.
What about Bot? They could have put it under Bot.
Oh. Bot's 9,000.
That's the one. That's it. It should actually be 10,000. I got promoted in the last film, but that's fine. I got the serial wrong. That's their problem, not yours.
Okay, so how'd you like to pay?
Oh, I thought it was paid for.
Not yet, no.
Oh, okay. How much is it?
It's 45 for a double.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome onto the stage, Mr. Glyn Nimrod.
Hello, Uxbridge. How are you? Great, or as I should say, as Bob would say, splenmatma wernov vo. You got it. Great. You know, it's wonderful to be here among so many familiar faces. In fact, bang goes my speech. You guys all heard it last year.
Hi there. Yes, it's £5 for a pre-signed photograph and £10 if I sign it in front of you. And for another £10, I'll take my top off. No, seriously, just my shorts.
ADT tricks.
I'll take just about anything. Hey, I've had an idea. Why don't you just sign it and I'll fill it in? No, I'm only kidding. £10. That's great. Hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
William.
William comes from the German Wilhelm. Will meaning desire and helm meaning helmet. So I can quite legitimately say to you, William, I desire your helmet, and there's nothing you can do about it, so think about that. In fact, I'm going to give you a discount. That's £9.50. And I will see you in the bar, hopefully. And...
Can I get a picture with you?
Of course you can.
Right.
First, take your 50p change.
Thank you.
Come over here.
Thank you.
Okay, come down to my level.
Sorry.
Okay. I can't do a discount for children. £10, £10, £10, £10. So £40?
Could we just take the one then?
Take the one. Okay, but I can only sign it to one of them. Could you not do that to the table, please? Well, I've had a wonderful time. I've had one dirty banana too many. But it's good night from me, and it's good night from William here, who has very kindly agreed to give this aging old alien a bed for the night. So thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you all again next year. Over to you, Dean.
In the last couple of minutes during that VT sequence, Glyn's condition has sadly worsened. My personal physician is in there with him. He's a breast specialist. He's done all of my girlfriends, and he has told me that Glyn has to have an immediate quadruple breast bypass to stop the seepage, or he'll drown in saline. So, Phil, how's he doing?
We're going to have to go now, Dean. I'm sorry.
Yeah, OK. Well, sure. No problem. Our thoughts are with you, Glyn. We hope you pull through. It doesn't look good. And out of respect, I've chosen not to continue our reading of my script. We did have one opportunity to perform together way back when, though, on my old show, Dino's After Dark. Glyn was a regular visitor there after the cancellation of Galacticops, and around this time he was trying to salvage his flagging singing career. So, at his behest, we, for the first and only time, sang a duet together. This is for you, Glyn. Hold on a minute. Where's Glyn?
No idea.
I wonder where he could be.
Indeed.
I'll take a look. Glyn, where have you been? The party started ages ago and the girls are about to strip. Come and join in the fun.
No, Dean, I don't feel like it. I just want to look out this window for a while.
But why look out the window? There's nothing to see. And I can offer you far more attractive sight through there. Be a sport.
I don't know, Dean. It's just not me. I've always felt different from you guys. Maybe that's why I love stars so much. They don't judge. In fact, there's a lot of places you can go looking out a window. Just wondering and wandering. I knew a little boy, the saddest kid in town.
He used to have a mom and dad, one burned and then one drowned. He'd play with little robot toys. Spacemen were his thing. And when his uncle came at night, he'd look outside and sing, I'm wandering and wandering across a field of stars. My bedroom since my parents died has felt like prison bars. Across the gulfs of space and time and Saturn, magic rings. There's space dust, rockets, shooting stars, and no more horrid things. I'm wandering.
He's
Just wandering. We're wandering.
Fair enough, but if you change your mind, just come through. There's rubbers in that drawer. You're going to make it through, Glenn. Keep focused. You've got to want it. Come on. You've got to want it, Glenn. Yeah, that's his last interview. You can see it in the eyes. It's gone. It's gone. It's completely gone. The fight's not there.
Good show?
Yeah, wasn't too bad, actually. It was quite a good one tonight.
Live from his luxury penthouse apartment in London's glittering East End, Dean Lerner, club owner, entrepreneur, and publisher of high-class gentlemen's magazines, invites you to join him for an exclusive man-to-man. Welcome, Mr. Dean Lerner.
Thank you. 1,000 thank yous. Good evening and welcome to a very special musical edition of Man to Man. In fact, it's such a one-off soiree that Satu's been temporarily allowed to join me on the sofa to watch and has been given permission to remove her tail. Again, on a temporary basis. The tail on the costume, that is. She's not a lizard. That wouldn't work. But before we kick off proper, I've got a couple of bits of AOB to attend to. AOB Uno is that I'd just like to extend a huge hand of thank to all of you who've been so kind and supportive of me throughout my recent difficulties. Now, as many of you will know, I have been involved in the court case, but luckily, sanity prevailed and a verdict of accidental death was recorded. And AOB there's a new promotion at my restaurant, Shadino's, it's my restaurant. We're offering £3 off any whitebait meal when you order 2 or more bottles of champagne. So get on down to Shadino's and have yourselves a salty treat. And the usual discounts still apply for female under 21 twins. Now, there's a saying, there's nought so queer as folk, and I agree, it's bad music. Or so I thought, until I met this evening's guest. He opened my eyes, and more importantly, my ears, to this wonderful treasure trove of copyright-free melody. He's one of the most revered folk guitarists of his generation, the man, the legend, Mr. Merriman Weir.
You can edit some of this out, can't you?
We'll probably need to keep it in for running time, to be honest.
This is a welcome song. Sorry, I shouldn't have put the capo on. I shouldn't have put the Sorry, I shouldn't have put the capo on. I usually sing this song without a capo. I could probably take it off, but probably bug up the tuning. So I could probably sing that high. Can I sing that? Yeah, I can sing that high. I'll sing it that high. I'll sing it that high. Okay, this is a welcome song. Bright end of day, sit ye down on a bed of hay, meat in the pot and dark by the door. Come drink my wine, but don't ask for more, 'cause that's all I could store. The harvest's been poor, and I've buried 4 children, children, children. Thank you. That was called "Welcome Woman to My Table Come," and I apologise if you're a man and you felt left out. I wrote it with a woman in mind, but it could just as easily be sung to a male companion, perhaps a passing trapper, or a king disguised in peasant's clothing, maybe even a gay admirer from a neighbouring field who's decided to move in now that the man's immediate family are dead. Take your pick, I judge not. There are 2 more verses to that song, incidentally, but they're far too depressing to play here. You have to be very careful when you play sad songs, because in the wrong hands ballads can kill. One of the biggest regrets of my life is I once played a song so sad I made a flock of geese die. I was singing a lament for them as they flew south for the winter overhead, and without thinking I went from A to E minor, then back to A, and then surprised myself with an E minor 9. And before I knew it, they'd nosedived into a frozen lake. In perfect formation too, that was the shocking part. But, I wrote this next one for a friend of mine who was struck down with a terminal illness in the late 1990s. It was a bit of a race to get this one finished. But God willing, I got it ready to play to him on his deathbed. Sadly, at that point, he died. So he never got to hear the full version, which is probably a good thing, actually, as it was more of a critique than a celebration, really. Anyway, this next song's about lost love, literally a lost love. She went missing inside a garden maze on May Day past. It was one I designed, actually, during a particularly self-destructive period of my life. It had man traps. But it's called Loving You, and I recorded the original completely drunk, and I'm afraid that's the only version I remember. Thank you. Thank you very much. Actually, sorry, I shouldn't really be practising.
No, that's your call. That's your call, Merriman. You're an artist. Set ended slightly sooner than I'd expected.
Should I come over for the talk now?
It's barely worth it. I think we've only got about a minute before the break, so... This is awkward. I've got nothing for this. I've got nothing. I could catch up on some admin, but it doesn't really seem the appropriate time. I tell you what, could we just break now and have a longer second half? Because this is dead time. That's clear. Okay. All right. Not yet. Please join us after the break when Merriman will be joining me for a conflab on the couch. Now. Good evening, and welcome back to part 2 of Man to Man. Satu's safely behind the bar, and I'm joined on the sofa by legendary folk guitarist Merriman Weir.
Well, thank you.
And can I say, I loved the set. I absolutely loved it.
Thank you very much.
I love folk music, I don't mind saying. I love it. I love it, love it, love it.
Who else do you like?
Well, who I like, other than yourself, of course, I'd have to say David Gray. Have you heard of him?
No.
Oh, you should check him out. It's really good, really mellow stuff. I wouldn't put him on in the car, though, because I find myself drifting off and it's unsafe. And I daren't overtake, because I'm liable to just give up halfway through. Now, you are one of the... Actually, Merriman, sorry to interrupt you, but do you mind canning the twang?
Sorry, what, not playing?
Yeah, I just feel it's becoming a bit of a barrier.
OK, I'll put it in there. I'll just put it over the stand over there.
You're watching Man to Man. with my special guest, Merriman Weir.
Sorry, I can't actually rush because I've got a pacemaker which is quite temperamental. I came back from an open-air festival last year and I was stuck on samba. After watching.
Sure. Now, Merriman Weir. It's an interesting name, isn't it? It's not your first name, though, is it?
No. I started off as Heatherbuck Hairbredder, and I did one album as Tristan Woman, which was an album of medieval ploughing ballads. And actually, when I tour some parts of the country, I'm still just known as.
Now, you were huge in the 70s. I mean, folk huge. You weren't popular. You were respected. But since then, it's been a rather sorry tale of hitching, dossing, busking on the underground and guitar tuition. What went wrong?
Well, nothing really went wrong, actually. I've just never been very interested in sort of making it, you know.
Yeah, clearly.
I just play music. I'm not, I don't really care about money.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why I was so pleased to become your manager. Because under the terms of the Dean Lerner 30-year management agreement, Merriman is guaranteed a weekly wage minus expenses and postage, which means that he doesn't have to worry about royalties and publishing and rights and all of that boring stuff. I hold all of those things on trust for him via Dino Disc Records and their shareholders. And you've even got enough left over in brass each week for the odd flagon of mead, haven't you?
Thank you.
Now, I'm intolerably excited at the moment because we stand on the crest of the re-release of your seminal album, Gallows Man.
Yeah.
Actually, sorry to interrupt me. I'm interrupting myself now. What is a seminal album? Does that mean, is that a spermy? Is that a spermy album? Because that would obviously fit in with the whole theme of Gallows Man, because apparently when you're hanged, you get a reminder of the good life. I mean, I know this because I've seen a lot of corpses online. It is sick. It is sick, the internet. You just type in corpses plus boners into Google. You'll get an absolute eyeful. And I was so depressed that day, I just took the rest of it off. I was so down. It really got me down, actually. Oh, sorry. What was my question? Oh, yes, your album, the re-release thereof.
To be honest, it's probably a bit misleading to call it a re-release, given that the original was more of a sort of non-release, really. We sold 8 copies.
Right. But the cover is quite striking, as I recall, isn't it? It's you on a hilltop.
Yeah, that's at Hampstead Heath.
Yeah, and you're hanging...
From a rope, from a tree, yeah.
And on the inside cover, there's you...
In a gibbet.
In a gibbet, trussed up like a Yuletide goose, with a group of children standing round. Do you think that might have affected album sales at all?
Yeah, it's possible. Although, to be honest, I blame the production.
Right, so often the case. Who produced it?
I did. That's my own fault, because I wanted a rural feel to the album, so I insisted on recording it in my back garden, which unfortunately at the time backed onto the A12, so most of the album's interrupted by traffic. Right. In fact, halfway through side 2 you can hear a major accident, I think. One track's just honking.
And has that been removed by the remastering process at all?
No, if anything, it's louder.
Well, we're very fortunate because we've managed to track down an archive clip of Merriman performing the title track from that wonderful record. So let's take a look at that now.
At 8 o'clock, me true love sighed, a cock will crow in my barn hay. To her with pack from battle back, I journeyed home for many a day. At 9 o'clock she me forsook and docked my cousin in her brook. I swiped me pistols from me pack and told him I sought satisfaction. At 10 o'clock we took our stand and ruffled did I strike the band. At battle's drum me cousin call, I'll have your bits on pistol ball. 11 7 devils rang the bell the day I shot that whore to hell. Her leering prince I blew in two, then bade his dogs come form a queue. At 12 o'clock the judge he said, Ye hang ye bastard till you're dead. So traveller hear me warning plain, don't shoot 4 people in the brain. See what I mean? You just hear a tiny bit of traffic coming up the end there.
I couldn't hear a thing, Merriman. I couldn't hear a thing. But then again, I can barely hear. I've got terrible tinnitus in this ear, like a constant buzzing, like a... I mean, it sounds less sarcastic than that. But, it is nevertheless there, which I got, ironically enough, at a Def Leppard concert. And I went backstage and I said to the boys, I said, you'll like this. I actually went deaf at your Def Leppard concert. And they said it's spelled D-E-F. I said, come on, give me something. And where do these soft rock bellends get off? I mean, how the hell did they even come up with that name? I mean, what were they thinking? You know, we're a soft rock outfit, we want a name that denotes sleekness and power. Perhaps we should name ourselves after a wildcat. But, you know, we've also got a sensitive side, we're vulnerable. Perhaps we should give this wildcat a disability. What's about rheumatic panther? I'm not so sure. How about a hearing impediment? What about Def Leppard? Good idea, but I tell you what, you best remove one of the vowels, otherwise it'll be a stupid name. And do you know how they spell leopard? L-E-P-P-A-R-D. That's how they spell leopard. L-E-P-P-A-R-D. Benders. That said, let's get back to your album, which I understand has a very interesting recording history behind it.
Yeah, well, it's basically referred to as my post-accident album. And it comes from an event that happened just as I was travelling home, actually, one night from the Cambridge Folk Festival that year. And it was very late at night, I remember. I was driving home on the motorway. And I was with Sally, my girlfriend at the time. She also sang with me. She sang bass. And we were driving along. It was very, very late at night. And I was growing tireder and tireder at the wheel. I was just falling asleep at the wheel as I pulled over into the lay-by to make a baby. And wound down the window.
Let her legs out.
Yep. And we were both dragged from the car and lynched.
Lynched?
Yeah.
Lynched? Who by?
Folk fans.
Well, with fans like that, who needs enemies? You don't. They're the bloody enemies. The fans.
It's actually quite serious.
I am sorry.
Yeah. They took us out the car and they hung us from a tree by my guitar strings. And then the strain of that incident, unfortunately, led to my breakup with Sally, because she didn't think I'd handled the situation very well.
Right. How come?
Well, they were hanging her up and the strings kept snapping, so I recommended they use a heavier gauge.
Yeah,
didn't, you know.
You're just trying to be helpful. Now, under the Dean Lerner 30-year management agreement, you're going to have to do 800 gigs a year. Yeah. So, for this eventuality, we have created a man-to-man overnight bag. You've got everything you need right here. A twin pack of Gobblers jumbo rubbers, toothpicks, mouthwash, individual cereal packet, lube, talc, toilet paper, dental dam, spare pair of cufflinks, baby lotion, small packet of Fisherman's Friends, shoe polish, rope, gaffer tape, disinfectant, wet wipes, and a mini champagne bottle and ice bucket. And we've even chucked in a packet of guitar strings for you there.
Right. Let's hope they're not heavy gauge.
No, I think they're just normal.
No, I meant, you know.
What?
I was just making a sort of light joke.
Right.
But, you know, I usually play light gauge, but I'm saying they're not heavy gauge in case I get hung.
Right. Yeah. No, sorry. No,
that
is funny. I should have laughed. No, yeah. Okay. I tell you what I'll do. I'll laugh now, and we'll just cut it in later.
No, you don't have to.
Look, it's the least I can do. Okay. Heavy gauge. What do you like? Stop it. And I do recommend that you pick up the Gallows Man album. It really is one of the best releases of the year. It's an absolute joy, and believe you me, I know a thing or two about a pleasurable release. It's got a rather nice new cover, and I think we can see that now. Well, that just about wraps up the show, and all that remains for me to do is to thank once again my super guest, Merriman Weir, for talking to me, man to man.
Thank you very much.
And to thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much. And we'll play out now with the final track from Gallows Man. Where are you going? Please welcome, once again, Mr. Merriman Weir.
The concept of Gallows Man was quite a simple one. I wanted the record to be played continuously until the listener's eventual death by suicide. But unfortunately, the record company wouldn't let me put that on the sleeve, no. For space reasons, more than anything else. Anyway, this is from the second side of the album. It's a song called Die Die. Dahi, dahi, dida-dum, die-die. Dahi, dahi, dida-dum, die-die. Dahi, dahi, dida-dum, die-die. Die, do-die, do-dum, dida-dum, die-die. Do-die, do-dum, skida-dum, die-die. Do-die, do-dum, dida-dum, die-die. Die. Kill yourself.
Live from his luxury penthouse apartment in London's glittering East End, Dean Lerner, club owner, entrepreneur and publisher of high-class gentlemen's magazines, invites you to join him for an exclusive man-to-man. Welcome, Mr. Dean Lerner.
Thank you. Good evening and welcome to Man to Man. My name is Dean Lerner, that's Dean Lerner, and I hope we all learn something tonight. Don't worry, there's no pressure to laugh. It's just meant to be dry. And I say learn because tonight we're about to spend the evening in the company of a genius. And my special guest is pretty bright too. Only joking. We're both geniuses. But this eve's VIP visitor is one of the world's most renowned psychics, and he has acted as my personal spiritual guru for the past 20 years. Indeed, before I met him, I thought that astral projection was diarrhea. So you can picture the embarrassing scene when he first asked me to attempt it. But since that unfortunate afternoon, he has led me to new heights of positivity and kindness. At his prompting, I've increased my already considerable charitable endeavours. I recently gave a terminally ill child a home karaoke kit worth over £200, even though, under the circumstances, I might have been justified in simply lending it to him. He is indisputably one of the most positive, generous-spirited men I know, and I'm truly privileged to call him my friend. Please welcome the extraordinary Amir Shanan.
Hello Dean, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
No, don't answer me yet, because first of all, I would like to psychically energize the members of your audience here and all the people at home so that they stay focused, stay positive, and more importantly, stay to the end. Okay?
I second that.
Okay, so which camera are we on? Hang on, I will sense it psychically. That one. No, hold on. That one. Nope. Hold on. That one. Good. Is that, stay there. Okay, come closer. Is my face filling the whole screen?
Yes.
Good, keep it there. Hello, Britain. My name is Amir Shanan, master of the psychic arts. Tonight, we're going to explore the inner cosmos of our minds. I am going to show you things you never knew about yourselves. I am going to wrap you up in the cotton wool of my mind, wipe away the dirty bits, and touch you all over with my positive energy. What you're about to see tonight will amaze you beyond your wildest dreams. Picture your wildest dream. It's pretty wild, yes? Well, take the wildest dream you have ever had, add it to the wildest night out you have ever spent, and the wildest animal you have seen in a zoo, dress them all up in the wildest clothes you have ever spent a wild amount of money on, and then drop them all in a bin marked tame, because they are nothing compared to the amazing wildness of the amazing wild thing you are about to see. Tonight, on this show, you will witness real-life telekinetic, extrasensory, perceptive, telepathic, energisive psychokinesis, or key bending. Now, Dean and I are going to have a chat. We need you at home to send us your positive energies. So say with me, I will keep watching. Even if I have never made it through a whole episode of Man to Man before, I will keep watching. Good, great. Over to you, Dean.
Thank you very much. And Amir has recorded more messages of positivity which will play in throughout the show as the pace and interest inevitably slackens.
Come on, Dean, be positive.
I am being positive. Most people will not make it to the end of the show. That's just a statistical fact. And you know what? Fuck 'em.
Keep going.
When did you first realise you could bend keys?
I was about 6 years old. I was lying in my bed. I was ill. And all of a sudden, I heard a knocking coming from the window. I was terrified. I got up, I went over to the window, I pulled back the curtain, and I saw a huge finger pointing at me from outside. And after a moment or two, it spoke to me, saying, "Fear not, Amir. I am the finger of Orion, and I bring tidings from the mighty hand of Rastaban. I have traveled through space and time to touch you, for I touched the caveman and he knew fire. I touched Newton and he knew gravity. And now I am touching you, and you will know how to bend keys by rubbing them lightly between thumb and forefinger. Yale, deadlocks, luggage keys, all of these will be yours for the bending. But this is a mighty power, Amir, and you must wield it responsibly." That's what it said.
It's quite a specific power to have been granted, isn't it? Just keys.
Yes, who knows, maybe if it had been another finger, or maybe a cosmic thumb, or perhaps the whole hand, which is apparently what happened to Billy Joel when he wrote Uptown Girl. You know, maybe I would have been able to move mountains or turn the seas red with blood. But bending keys is a level of power that I am comfortable with. And if it does go too far, it's nothing that can't be taken care of by a good locksmith.
Sure. But you also managed to tap into the psychic potential of others, didn't you?
That's right. All of us have psychic potential, and I love opening up other people's channels.
Well, we've got a clip of you doing just that. This is when you were on my old show, Dino's After Dark.
Yes.
But before we see it, a brief caveat. It was recorded many moons ago, and since then, attitudes have changed. Hello, I didn't see you there. Come in and welcome to the party. I was distracted by the amazing psychic skills of Mr. Amir Shanan. Take it away, Amir.
Thank you, Dean. Hi, I am Amir Shanan, and I am joined here tonight with...
Kerry.
Kerry, that is a wonderful name. That's a beautiful name, Kerry, and I'm reading your mind, and my answer is, I'm busy tonight, and I don't pack that kind of equipment.
Come join in, love. There we go.
Okay, now, Kerry, I want you to look for a moment into my eyes. Okay, look into Amir's big, beautiful eyes, and know that I am here for you. Okay, it is just you, me, and your mind. I am going to penetrate your mind in a good way. You know, it is a little known fact that human beings use only 10% of their minds. Tonight, I'm going to help Kerry use 11%.
Well, that's 11% more than usual.
Dean?
What? She knows she's not bright. Come on.
Rude. Okay, now I want you to focus on one part of my body.
Aye, aye, here we go.
Dean, don't be dirty.
Oh, come on, I'm just being playful. Am I dirty? Don't answer.
Anyway, have you got that part of my body in your mind? I want you to raise that part of my body. I want you to move it of your own accord using only your own latent psychic abilities. Okay, here we go. I'm going to focus and push everything down. Raise. 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 Now I can feel a little tingling. Something is happening. I don't know if you can see, but my right hand is raising towards the ceiling. I'm really trying to keep it low. This is very powerful psychic strength. Give her a round of applause. That is amazing. It's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
Well done. That's amazing.
Beautiful.
Well done, love. Sit down, Kerry. You might want to rest your mind after that. That was a hell of a workout, wasn't it? Very well. You're a lovely girl. Thank you. Well done to you. And after that historic appearance, we became firm friends. You were a regular guest at Dean Towers, and I took you on as my own psychic advisor. You were always bang on the money, weren't you, Amir? I mean, when I wanted to fuse a carvery with a disco to create the bistro tech, you said it wouldn't work. And you were right. People generally don't want a pre-lunch lap dance. But you also gave me a lot of confidence, didn't you? You gave me the confidence to launch my own aftershave range, Midnight Spray, which was one of the more acrid scents on the market. But then again, I like an aftershave with a bit of bite. Yeah, it was a real love or hate it smell. You gave me the confidence to learn how to read. Up until that point, I was the only publisher in the book business who couldn't read. Which wasn't the hindrance you'd imagine it would be. I found it actually is best to judge a book by its cover. In short, you didn't need to convince me of your abilities, but others still doubted you, didn't they?
That's right. Unfortunately, when you are successful, you are a good psychic, you run a successful nudie bar. Unfortunately, people are always knocking you.
There will always be knockers. And ironically enough, it's the knockers I get the flack for. If you're successful, you are controversial. And that's what happened to you, wasn't it? You were punished for your genius.
That's right. Not very long after that show went out, I was abducted. I was taken to a secret government laboratory and I was tested. I was humiliated. Every kind of implement known to man found a home in my ass. Each week, I had to give fresh ass samples to different scientists. And do you know what? Not one record or document about my ass has been made available to the public. You go to Parliament, you ask your MP about what happened with Amir's ass back in '79, and he'll look the other way. Those cowardly bastards came in the night, scraped me senseless, and left like ninjas. And for what? Because what can you tell from an ass sample anyway?
Fibre intake.
I tell you something, Dean. Having my ass dismantled in such a fashion only made me a stronger person.
And that's what your new DVD is about, isn't it? It's about taking time out to love yourself.
That's right. It is called Bath Buddies with Amir Shanan, and it really is about helping people learn to relax no matter how depressed they are.
OK, well, let's take a dip with this clip.
Hello, I am Amir Shanan. And thank you for joining me in my bath. You know, bath time is often somewhere we go to hide away from the world. How many times have you run a bath and thought, will this be my last one? Well, today let Amir be your bath buddy, and I will teach you to love bath time again. Breathe in those happy smells. Feel the softness of the bubbles on your skin. It's good, yes? Now, take your trunks off. Hey, come on, take them off. I need all your channels open. There, mine are off too. There is nothing to be ashamed of. You have a beautiful body. No, don't cry. You do. See how the bubbles make all your skin warm, wet, and shiny? Look how your flesh swishes and swirls in the water like moonlit coral. You are beautiful. No, really, you are. You are. Well, he's lying. You are. Close your eyes. I'm going to touch you with my mind. Feel my psychic energy soaking your unhappy body, soaping all that misery away. You feel light as a feather. You are floating. Feel my fingers darting all over your body like little fishes. Now, slowly, very slowly, bring your hands down in front of your body. Lower, lower. That's good. Even lower.
And after this break, Amir is very kindly going to take any psychic queries you may have. Calls are only £1 a minute, and all proceeds go to the Dean Lerner Dare to Dream Foundation for age and glamour models. So stay right where you are, unless you're currently in peril. Welcome back to Man with Dean Lerner.
Don't go away!
I'm joined by the world-renowned psychic, Amir Shanan. Now, we've been inundated with calls throughout the break asking for Amir's supersensory counsel. So, let's roll it through. Satu, can you connect our first caller?
We have Sandra from Ipswich.
Why does it matter where she's phoning from? I don't care what dead-end town she lives in. Sandra, sweetheart, you're through to Amir.
Hello, Amir.
Hello, Sandra. What is your question?
I was wondering who the most famous person you've ever advised was.
Oh, I think it probably have to be Margaret Thatcher. And she was great because she was such a good listener, and whatever I said, she took on board. Although I have to say, I made a bit of a mistake with the whole Falklands thing. Because I didn't realize they were near Argentina. I thought they were in the Channel. You know, I actually thought it was where they made Bergerac, which is why I said defend them with all we've got.
Who've we got next?
Line 2. The caller's name is Susan.
Hello, Susan. What's your question?
I'm 38 stone and I can't leave the house.
Well, that's more of a statement than a question, love. Next.
No. No. I want to take this one, Dean, because this sounds like a very sad story.
It's hardly a story. She's given us a unit of measurement. Admittedly, it's a large unit of measurement, but it doesn't make a tale.
Listen, I know a lot about this because when I was younger, I was convicted and imprisoned myself for comfort feeding small animals to death. Because I know for a fact that when someone is unhappy, they will tend to overeat.
Yeah, which ironically means no one will love you. Can we get a picture of Amir's video up? There we go. OK, does that answer your question, Susan?
Not really. I want to know what I could do to lose weight.
Nothing, I wouldn't have thought. You're too far gone, but if you stay on the line... If you stay on the line, love, I can recommend a good builder who could widen your doors. And if not, he's got access to a crane. Who's next?
Next caller, Mark from Leeds.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, Amir. Can you tell me, do you believe in God?
Ooh, that is a tough question.
Yeah.
I would say that knowing all I know and having learned all that I have learned, it is all nonsense. There is no God. There is no afterlife. We are all just organisms controlled by a giant cosmic salamander who has planted tiny metallic water boatmen in our brains to spy on our minds.
You heard it here first. I'll tell you what I believe in, Mark, is karma. I'll give you an example. I once had a very special lady friend who was giving me jip. She wouldn't sign a prenup. She wanted me to be faithful. And to cap it all, I found out she was having an affair with Gary Bushell. I don't know what's upset me more, her infidelity or her lack of good taste. Anyway, not long after I discovered that news, she was found gunned down outside her parents' flat. The culprits were never found, despite my best efforts. I moved on. I had to. But I couldn't help think that there's some kind of cosmic justice at work there. So just bear that in mind, Satu. What goes around, comes around.
OK, Dean, I've had just about enough. You have been in a bad mood all evening. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get you, Satu, and me in a bath after this show. And you know what, Dean? Do you know what I'm going to do to make you happy? I am going to bend a key.
Sweet.
OK? Now, I need a neutral key. Satu, do you have a key?
I have this.
Ladies and gentlemen, give Satu a round of applause. Thank you, Satu. Come over here. Thank you. If you'd like to just stand here. Now, let's just have a little bit of quiet, please, from the ladies and gentlemen at home and here. Bend. 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 Bend for Amir. Amir wants you to bend, so why don't you? Bend, you fucking piece. Well, it has not worked, as you can see. I have a suspicion. I have a suspicion, Satu, that you, in front of all these people here, have brought me a key made of wood. Do you deny this? Don't deny me, I am all over your mind. Are you or are you not in the pay of Dr. Eric Vedigan of the Bremen Institute of Plasma Physics? Right, just to explain to you people at home, Dr. Eric Vedigan at the Bremen Institute of Plasma Physics is my psychic nemesis. And he thinks it's big joke to send honey traps like Satu here in an effort to debunk me. How much can a man take? Okay, Dean, I have been called a liar. I have been called a trickster. I have been called a viper of the mind. I have been called the bastard son of a big fibbing bitch. At school, they called me shit-eater and dick splash. And I don't even know what dick splash means. Okay, I have had enough. You, Satu, and this whole show are assholes. Keep positive. You're an asshole, and this is an asshole. And in fact, you are an asshole too. All of you at home, you are all assholes. Everyone in this country, you are all assholes. You are all assholes. Okay, you're an asshole.
Are we still on for our bath?
Yes, we're still on for a bath.
Well, all that remains for me to do is to thank once again my super guest, Amir Shanan.
Asshole!
There he was. For talking to me, man to man, and to thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much. And we'll play out now with this final goodwill message from Amir.
I'm sorry, Dean.
Yeah, it doesn't fix the show, though, does it?
Drink from my river by Amir Shanan. The sun is so yellow, the sky is so blue, the trees are so green, but what color are you? It does not matter what color you are. Just drink from my river and you will go far. you will go far. Oh, you will go far. Just drink from my river and you will go far. Oh, you will go far. Oh, you will go far. Come see the color of my shooting star. Oh, you will go far. Oh, you will go far. Just drink from my river and you will go a long way out of your lounge, out of your house, down the road, on a bus, off the bus, up to another cosmos and back, e.g. miles and miles and miles, i.e. far. Thank you very much. God bless. I am Amir Shanan and you are wonderful.
Good evening and welcome to Man with Dean Lerner. As you can see, the bar is closed. I've sent Satu, my primary partner, home. Because tonight is a sad occasion. My would-be guest this evening, Randolph Kaya, the celebrated British character actor who starred in films as diverse as Bitch Killer and That Duck 3, Duck in the City, sadly died yesterday morning. This show will be a celebration of his life through the eyes of those who knew him best. A kind of This Is Your Death. Cheers, Randolph. I'm afraid the following title sequence, under the circumstances, may appear inappropriately jaunty.
Live from his luxury penthouse apartment in London's glittering East End, Dean Lerner, club owner, entrepreneur and publisher of high-class gentlemen's magazines, invites you to join him for an exclusive man-to-man.
Thank you. Out of respect to Randolph, I'm cutting the monologue which would usually precede our interview. However, there is one small bit of AOB which I am obliged to mention, and that is that for this month only, if you dine at my restaurant, Chez Dino's, on any Tuesday before 4 p.m. and order a minimum of 2 starters, you will receive 30% off a lap dance at Dino's nightclub between the hours of 4 a.m. and 4:30 a.m. on any subsequent Wednesday, providing 3 or more magnums of house champagne were purchased with that aforementioned meal. After a career-defining performance as serial killer Sidney King in the film Bitch Killer, the actor Randolph Kaya became something of a recluse, rarely giving interviews, so it was a coup and a half to have secured his appearance on this show. His sudden death came as a huge shock to the production team, especially as the statement of health form clearly said that he had no long-term degenerative illnesses. He had been paid well in advance for his services. I won't be getting that back, unless I sue his estate, and my lawyers have informed me that will probably cost me as much as I'm able to claw back, even though, legally, I have been misled. Anyway, that's business and unimportant to me at present. Tonight, I wish simply to present a petit l'histoire of this remarkable actor who can never shake off the stigma of his most famous role.
My name is Sidney King. I hate a lot of things. Fruits, colours, and above all, women.
Goodbye, Mother!
Just get these terrible headaches.
Bitch Killer. The dirtiest, nastiest, sexiest film you'll see all year. Coming soon.
God, that film makes me horny. Every time. And by the way, that was me in my celebrated role as Rudy Ray Curtis, the Mile End Mac Daddy. But now, to discuss Randolph's role in that film, please welcome the author of the piece, Romford's one-man fear factory, Mr. Garth Marenghi.
Can I just say it's a sad day for the genre. Randolph's flame burned brightly for the briefest of whiles, and there ain't too many flames like that left.
Thanks for coming at such short notice.
That's fine. Here's my taxi receipt.
Leave that with me.
Incidentally, for those who are interested, the DVD of Bitch hits the stores finally next month. It's actually not a bad time for Randolph to go, because it does at least give us a decent press angle. And journos are less likely to stick the boot in while he's still warm. So...
It wasn't a film that was kindly received, was it?
Look, when I wrote the film, I was very young, I was very angry. At that stage, I hadn't actually met a woman. Since then, I've met several, and, you know, they're not bad. But the point is, the critics hated it. I mean, I think they missed the poetry of the piece. And I think they hated Randolph more, though. I mean, they really tore him apart.
Sure, and ironically, no one hated that film more than Randolph. I mean, he even tried to walk off the film, but I remember saying to him, I warned him, I said, this business is a jungle, and if you start breaking contracts, the lions will eat you. Or shoot you in your bed as you sleep. Anyway, let's have a look at what Randolph himself had to say, post-Bitch.
You're odd-looking, aren't you?
Yes, I suppose I am.
And you always play these horrible characters.
It's not really by choice. As I say, that particular film is not one I'm personally proud of.
Well, you oughtn't be. It's horrible.
I know. And I very much regret making it.
But you did make it.
There aren't many parts around for someone who looks like me, shall we say.
It's a horrible film.
I know.
You're horrible in it, and I find it horrible looking at you right now.
I wish I hadn't made it.
Who is the real Randolph Kaya? Someone who flashes at women who has no hope of wooing?
No, I've never done that.
But you have been tempted?
No.
You talk like a flasher. You're bald and unkempt. It looks like you sold your trousers.
I'm actually very happily married.
But for how long? Randolph Kaya, thank you very much.
I mean, it's so hard to believe that in that interview, Randolph was just 22 years of age.
And as you can see from that, you know, he was sullen, bad-tempered, self-pitying, difficult, and above all, disloyal. I mean, I have to say I hated him. I'm probably the wrong person to be up here singing his praises, actually. He was a fine actor, I can say that much.
Well, I'm sure he'd appreciate that compliment. Garth Marenghi, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Randolph found it increasingly hard to find the roles he wanted. Desperate for money, he agreed to star in a bawdy comedy romp about a short-sighted vicar and his busty church organist called Pew, What a Scorcher. Test screenings, however, did not go well, and the decision was made to hire body doubles and insert several scenes of hardcore, penetrative sex. As executive producer of that film, it's a move I bitterly regret. But my duty was with the public and not with Randolph or his family. The subsequent breakup of his marriage was something I hope to discuss with him tonight. In fact, I was hoping I could make him break down a bit, thus showing he had a human side. But, alas and alack, he ain't coming back. With his ungodly looks, he understandably began to receive regular beatings in the street. Beatings that I regret watching, and on occasion, cheering on. Indeed, Randolph's agent would often be called out in the middle of the night to retrieve him from skips. One man who knew him very well during the skip years was the actor Glyn Nimron. Glyn is currently recuperating in a Hawaiian hospital, having been set on fire during a previous episode of this show. And earlier today, we managed to link him up via satellite. Can you hear me? Glyn Nimron!
Hello, Dean. Yes, I can hear you. And I've just heard the tragic news, and can I say sincerely how sad I am. He was like a flame in the night, burning brightly. There aren't too many flames like that left.
What were your memories of...
I have many memories of him. Sorry.
Sorry. What were your memories of Randolph?
I have many memories of...
Sorry, I think there's a time delay.
I think there's a time delay here.
Yeah, I know that. That's what I just said.
You probably figured that out. Yes.
Can you just wait until you hear my next question?
Sorry, Dean, I didn't catch that.
Wait! until you hear my next question.
Sure, okay.
What were your memories of Randolph?
Yes, I have many wonderful memories of Randolph.
What are they?
Well, the last time I worked with him was on a very, very funny comedy film called That Duck 5 Duck in the Hood.
Was that the one with the Rastafarian duck? He was a funny duck. Quack, quack, yimon, paddling about. Oh, he was good.
Yes, that was the one. But you know what, Dean? Randolph did not like the script.
Right.
So I'm afraid to say on that particular project, I had him fired.
All right, well, we'll call it a day there, Glenn. Call it a day. Yep. Call it a day.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dean.
Glenn Nimron there. Unemployable, divorced and growing uglier by the day, Randolph made a final bid for respectability in the made-for-television movie Brossroads, the story of Bross. Two brothers joined in love and hate, in which he played the dueling siblings' irate father.
What? You ungrateful louts! I've washed you, clothed you, put a roof over your heads, bought you that pair of drumsticks, bought you that microphone, and what do I get in return? Don't you dare disrespect me. You two owe me everything.
I owe you nothing, yeah? Nothing at all.
The film received terrible reviews, despite being, in my view, the best work of Randolph's career. Worse was to come, though. The next 10 years would prove a painful story of loneliness, heartbreak and alienation. Join us after the break. Welcome back to Man with Dean Lerner. We are talking tonight about, not with, the actor Randolph Kaya, who died yesterday morning at home on his Jack Jones. One man who knew this now dead actor was former Formula 5 world champion Steve Pissing, who has very kindly agreed to join me on the horn. Can you hear me? Steve Pissing.
Hello, Dean. Yes, I can hear you. And can I just say it's terrible news about Randolph and that on the great racetrack of life, no one left a bigger skid mark.
Now, you and Randolph were next-door neighbours for a few years, weren't you?
That's right, Dean. But for a shut-in, he was a noisy old so-and-so.
So you didn't get on?
I'm not saying we didn't get on. I'm not saying we did get on. What I am saying is my wife Marie is a very light sleeper, so the sound of Randolph's sobbing self-pity coming through the walls at all hours of the early evening was something I felt required actioning. Because Marie and I were trying for a baby, and frankly, she was so tense it was putting me off my stroke. I couldn't get a rhythm up at all, Dean. I tried putting on a drum machine through the MIDI hi-fi, but Randolph's wailing and endless self-recrimination meant more often than not I couldn't complete. Not even on Bossa Nova. I said, Marie, nothing's going to come out till that man goes. So Marie hit on the idea of mental torture. I said, OK, yup, I'll give it a go. And after 2 years, he finally broke down and moved, which was a relief for all concerned. But then a Bulgarian family moved in and it was bloody accordion playing all night. I said, you gotta be joking me. I can't get up a stroke with this kind of Balkan rhythm going on all hours of the night.
Yeah, Steve, thanks. Yeah. All right, yeah, we've got to go. OK.
OK, Dean, thank you. And can I say you're doing a wonderful job with the tribute, and I'd like to wish you the very best of luck with the rest of it.
Thank you very much, because no one's actually taken the time out to say that. And it does take a lot out of me, shouldering this testimonial. In many ways, it's harder for the people who are left behind. I just hope if Randolph's watching from up there, he appreciates all this hard work. Randolph's work was not appreciated. Actually, you see, these links don't write themselves. It's all dovetailed together. Randolph's work was not appreciated when he made a brief appearance on the long-running children's television show A Tale at Bedtime. Let's see for why.
Hello. Today I'm going to tell you a story, which I wrote for my own little boy, Charlie. And Charlie, if you're watching, I hope you enjoy it. The House for Nobody. Once upon a time in the forest, there lived a woodcutter called Randall, who spent all the days he had left chopping wood from a large old tree. "Why do you keep chopping me?" asked the tree one day when it realized it was close to death. Randall held his axe aloft, but for once did not strike. "I know you are building a house for your family," the tree continued, "but how can you expect them to live in it when you don't know where they are? Those little beds for your children are old and useless. You're building a house for nobody." Randall sighed, recalling that his family had indeed left him many, many years ago. "I am the one friend you have left," said the tree. "If you kill me, you will be completely alone." Wiping a tear from his eye, Randall put down his axe and slumped to the floor. He began to feel very tired. Leaning back to rest against the tree, he jumped up suddenly at an almighty cracking sound which shook the depths of the forest. Looking behind him, his face grew long and sad. The tree was dead, after all. Picking up his axe once more, Randall began work on his house for nobody.
By this stage, Randolph was persona non gratis. But one person who did stand by him was celebrity psychic Amir Shanan, who'd very kindly rushed here straight from the set of his workout video to pay tribute. So, please welcome Amir Shanan.
Hello, Dean.
Hello, Amir. Why the balloons?
Because tonight, Dean, is a celebration of greatness. A great man, an okay actor, and a great friend. Whenever I met with Randolph, I always took him some balloons. He loved balloons. And I think if more people had given him balloons, then maybe he'd still be here today, holding my balloons.
Sure, but they are obscuring my close-up. Can we get rid of them? Stu, can we strike the balloonage? Just go and distribute these amongst the pool. Actually, Amir, do you mind if I put one?
OK, just one.
Hey! Sorry.
You know, when Randolph first came to me, he was very depressed.
Hey! Sorry, we were talking about depression.
A lot of people were saying very horrible things about him, and I'm here tonight to show you that he was a good man, okay? He was not a monster. He was not a child catcher. And I tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to prove this tonight by speaking to him here and now.
Well, you do know he's dead, don't you?
Yes, but I'm going to talk to him from beyond the grave. Okay, Randolph, the channel is open. You can speak to us. Now. Randolph. Okay, screw you, Randolph. Okay, thanks a million, I don't think. I have done so much for you, and this is how you treat me. I have held your hand, caressed you in the dark, boosted your confidence, solved your odor problems by giving you my Amir's Hello Motivation Goodbye Perspiration Mind Kit for the reduced price of £12.95, and in return, you make me look like an ass handler on national TV. So I retract all the good things I've said about you. You are bald, you are ugly, and you do smell like a zoo animal.
Thanks very much, Amir.
Thank you, Dean.
Now, some years back, I was asked to take part in a television documentary series about successful businessmen working in the entertainment industry. And it is an industry. However, to my chagrin, the journalist revealed herself to be a rather pushy, opinionated documentarian who took issue with my lifestyle and the sexual freedoms I've enjoyed throughout my life, and indeed continue to enjoy on a thrice nightly basis. The doc was very damaging to me on a personal level, and I wouldn't play it again but for the fact that it contains the last known footage of Randolph Kaya. But as you watch it, remember to ignore the narrator's asinine comments, because she obviously had her own agenda, and if there's one thing I can't stand, it's people who sit in judgment over others.
Today, Dean is organising a celebrity fundraiser to promote awareness of sexual health. Dean is calling the event a crab ball and holds a meeting to discuss his plans.
Lovely. This is the invite. Take one, pass it on.
Thank you.
Yes. I like it. I think it's a very striking image, but what it doesn't say for me at the moment is that there definitely will be pole dancing.
There was one thing I actually wanted to discuss with you.
Yes.
And that was the inclusion of the anal swabs and condoms in the seafood gift bag. I was wondering if it might be possible to have a separate gift bag for perhaps the seafood.
There's no sexually transmitted disease in the gift bag.
I think all Graham's voicing is the concern that perhaps celebrities are quite specific about what they want to be associated with.
That's what they're called.
I think it's just because it's not a life-threatening disease.
It's an irritant, though. It's very uncomfortable. I don't know if you've had it, but you will know about it if you do.
That's a little rude to ask, actually, maybe.
It wasn't a question. I said, I don't know if you've had it.
No, and why would you? And I think just to say that celebrities have...
Well, I might have heard. On the grapevine, it gets round.
I don't think you're going to get the kind of people that you want to turn up to an STD party.
It's a crab ball, Vicky. Well, he's got it. He's got it. She's got it. He's had it. Those two have got it. And if those two have got it, everyone from here to here will have it. I know that as a fact, so I expect a full plate of RSVPs.
With respect, Dean, I just feel that...
You keep saying with respect, but I don't get any respect, Graham. You're a fucking seafood platter designer. Just don't twist my words, Graham. I'm not up in fucking court. That's next week. I'll sort this out myself. Get out. Yeah, cancel their car.
It's not much of a turnout, is it, Dean?
No, give it time, give it time. All right, Spence. And the problem is, at this rate, it looks like we're going to have to invoice the charity.
One celebrity did turn up, but this particular visitor wasn't on the guest list.
Right. Oh, hello, Randolph.
Hands off my
How are you?
suit.
You didn't RSVP.
What's my face doing on these posters?
In accordance with his wishes, we kept our camera off Randolph as much as possible.
The whole idea of it is that you look like the kind of person who might have crabs, but you don't. I paid the photographer, I own the image.
You touch me one more time, I will call the police.
Touch him, Lewis. There we go. Randolph, you're embarrassing yourself. It's not assault, Randolph.
Take
it's
it down,
lawful
Dean.
restraint. Randolph, is this about money? Is this about money, Randolph? Because this is sordid. What do you want? 80? All right, I'll make it a ton.
How dare you.
Ton 20. Ton 4. What about ton 60? And ton 80? And 2 ton? What about that? Why don't you take it? And just get out.
He's crying. You've made him cry.
I've not made him cry.
Well, he is crying.
Here come the waterworks. Here it comes. Here comes the rain. I'm trying to have a fun evening, Randolph. I've got seafood. Maxine's here. Satu's here. We're having a party. Pick him up and get rid of him. He's a funny one, isn't he? You can't genuinely think, oh, I'm a handsome man. He's raving, he's mad. He's but ugly, am I wrong?
Very ugly.
He's very ugly.
Why did you give him money?
Well, I just thought he could do with a few quid. He looked brassy. Out of the goodness of my heart, you know. It's like I always give, you know. There you go. 20 pence. There you go. There you go. There you go. You know, I give people money all the time. It's not a big deal. Lewis! Don't break him. Give us a call, Randolph. We'll sort this out, because I don't want this to end like this. All right. I guess, to sum up, Randolph was a great talent whose ego simply got the better of him. Like Icarus, he flew straight into the moon. It's a lesson to us all, and if we can learn anything from his death, it's to stay in the box society puts you in. If only he'd made Bitch Killer 2 as instructed, perhaps his life wouldn't have been such a wasted journey. All that remains for me to do is to thank all of my super guests for talking to me man to man, and to thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much. And we'll play out now on one of my favourite moments from Randolph's Rich Irv.